Thank you. And I understand that Gemmel's mother is here tonight and would like to address the council. If she could come forward, we're obviously very sorry for your loss, and we would like to give you this opportunity to address our community. We also have representatives from the sheriff here who will give us an update on the investigation. There's caucusing going on in the audience. Thank you for being here tonight.
Thank you for having me. My name is Letitia Nixon. I would like for a deeper look into this case. We have a lot of victims who have came forward. We have more information, but we need immunity for these people because some of the charges by them testifying, they can be felonies. I shouldn't have even been here before you guys. I feel if the West Hollywood Sheriff's Department would have did a thorough investigation, because it's my understanding that there have already been reports against Ed Buck, and my son being one of them, and the report is nowhere to be found. They just told him to go, to leave. But I'm asking for justice for my son, regardless to the fact of whatever he did or, you know, the meth or whatever. He still was my son. He still was a person. And I just want justice. That's it. I mean, he could have been any one of you guys' sons. He could have been, you know, any one of you guys. This meth situation is out of hand. It needs to be addressed. Not only that, Ed Buck needs to be stopped. He needs some help. He needs to be stopped. I just want you guys to please put pressure on whoever needs pressure so that these people can get immunity and I can get justice for my son. That's all I want. I would like a cooperation. I've called from my home in Spring, Texas. No one wanted to hear me. I had to go before the media. My little, small, quiet, private life is forever gone. This is not the memory I wanted for my son. So this is hard for all of us. I'm just asking you guys to please help me. It's not fair that he's such a big political donor, and I'm sure he's donated to maybe some of you, but that to the side, if you guys can look past that and just help us to get justice. You know, that's all I'm asking for.
Thank you very much, and thank you for coming tonight. And Captain Aloma is here from the Sheriff's Department, who can give us at least some information that can be shared publicly about the investigation, and also can let people know how they can provide information if they have information relevant to this matter. Captain Aloma.
Good evening, Mayor, Council, Captain Sergio Aloma, West Hollywood Sheriff Station. First, thank you for having me up here. Essentially, this investigation is being conducted by the LA County Sheriff's Department Homicide Bureau. I spoke briefly with Ms. Nixon Friday night after the vigil and gave her some information in terms of being able to contact our investigators. It is critical for anyone who has information of this case or prior cases to come forward, contact Homicide Bureau. I understand the concern and request for anonymity from potential witnesses, but our Homicide Bureau is investigating this case thoroughly, but however, they can't move forward without witnesses coming forward and giving them information. As far as granting them immunity from any prior acts, that has to be evaluated, and they cannot do that without persons coming forward and speaking to them so they can evaluate that information and then have a conversation with the District Attorney's Office as it relates to immunity.
So, and the Sheriff's Department would communicate with the District Attorney about requests for immunity?
Yes, I spoke to Captain Chris Bergner of our Homicide Bureau this morning, and investigators are more than willing to evaluate that information, whatever that information is. They just need folks to come forward to speak to them.
Thank you.
Mayor, if I may, I want to thank my colleagues for agreeing to adjourn in memory of Gemmel Moore tonight, and I extend, as I said, my condolences to his family and friends. I'm sad to hear the news of his tragic passing, and I am deeply disturbed by the accounts and local reports. As you have heard, the case involves someone well known to this community and in LGBT and local political circles. And in full disclosure, I have not received contributions from that individual, but I want to state clearly that it shouldn't matter who the subject of an investigation is. An investigation must be conducted thoroughly and without prejudice. So I want to thank our captain for providing an update on the case, and I also want to encourage you and our entire local station, the homicide division, and everyone who's involved in this investigation in the strongest terms to conduct a complete, thorough, and fair investigation. Our local station needs to be a refuge for victims of crime, regardless of skin color or immigration status, regardless of whether they're under the influence of drugs or alcohol, regardless of the circumstances that brought them into the station. All victims of crime need to be heard, and I ask that both the Sheriff's Department and the LA County District Attorney's Office take the necessary steps to make it possible for anyone with information pertinent to this case to safely come forward. I want all the facts surrounding this case to be known. To that end, I've contacted the LA County District Attorney's Office directly about this matter, and I want to let everyone know that there's a victim advocate resource person in our local station who works for the District Attorney's Office and who is available for anyone who needs support or needs to know their options as a victim of crime. And I encourage all citizens to use this resource to report facts pertaining to this case or any other case. Transparent communication is the foundation of public trust. Thank you for continuing that investigation.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Lindsay.
I'm sorry. I wasn't gonna speak on this tonight, but I have to now add something. Being a criminal defense lawyer, before anybody speaks to the Sheriff's Department, you need to be aware that the Sheriff's Department does not grant immunity. The West Hollywood City Council does not grant immunity. The only agency that grants immunity to a witness is the District Attorney's Office. And that sort of immunity has to be prearranged, usually through legal counsel, speaking to the District Attorney before immunity is granted. So transparency doesn't always work with the criminal justice system. Transparency can subject you to criminal arrest and prosecution. So before you do anything, you should seek legal counsel to advise you on how to proceed forward before you speak to law enforcement. It's really important that you do that. Thank you.
Thank you.